Skye here with Sketch with Skye. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. We are going to be working on page 105 of the 101 Scrapbooking Sketches and Ideas book. It's this one right here. It's the one we use every week when I come to you. We have made a lot of progress this year. We've been doing this since January, almost every week, and I didn't go through and count them, but we've done an awful lot of sketches. So I'm super excited about the one we're going to be doing tonight. Let's take a look and see what I've picked out for my supplies, as well as the tools that you're going to need for tonight. Bear with me for just a moment while I go ahead and switch to my desktop camera. It always takes a second. All right, there we are. So the sketch is in the comments of my earlier post on my Facebook page, so you can see it there if you don't have the booklet. This sketch looks really straightforward, not very complicated at all. It doesn't have a lot of embellishments, easy picture sizes, 4x6s and 4x4s. In the sample that is on the page, this is actually decorative paper. So it's like a fast to fab style paper. And with mine, I'm going to take that inspiration and kind of make it my own. I don't have it exactly this way. I'm also going to be adding a few more pictures. So what I've done is I've created this page using let's see, 4 and 4, right? 5 and 4, 9 photos. Sorry, I had to do the math. I'm doing 9 photos, and the way that I'm doing that, instead of leaving this blank space over here, I'm adding another photo on this side. And these 2 places where there are 6x4 photos, I'm actually going to put 2 3x4s side by side there. So kind of splitting the 6x4 and making it 2 images in that spot. So that gives me 9 photos total. And then I'm going to leave this section here for journaling. So I am using the What a Zoo 2 collection. This is a super fun collection for obviously zoo photos, which is what I've got. But it would be great for vacation and anything animal related, because there's some animal prints. So this is, I'm looking forward to using this. It's really fun. And I will be using some of the mats from the mat pack to mat my photos and for a journal card. You might remember that this collection came with layered embellishments, but also for a limited time, you were able to get these really fun like foam embellishments. So they are like foam stickers, and they're photo safe. You know, it's one of the only times that we've done something like this in Creative Memories, and there's 4 full sheets on this. So if you happen to get this, it was a great little bonus opportunity for some fun, unique embellishments. So I'm hoping to incorporate some of those on the page. And then of course there are the stickers. There's actually 2 sets of stickers. There's border stickers and there's icon stickers. So lots of embellishment options to choose from with this collection. I'm just going to set those aside for a moment. The paper pack, I've chosen these mat cards and journal boxes. This is going to be a piece of paper that I use to do some matting. And then these 2 sheets I'm going to use as the base. So a very bold decorative paper for my base. In terms of tools, we've got our usual, hello, Rosemary, thank you for joining from Maryland. I have a brown journaling pen. I've got my regular and my repositional tape runner. I've got my multi-purpose tool, pair of scissors, and I have my brand new photo trimmer. So this is hot off the shipping floor. I got this over the weekend. I've been playing with it. My favorite feature of this is how it stacks on the 12-inch trimmer. So look at how there's this great little notch in here that allows these to stack together really perfectly. And they're the same width. It's a nice and low profile, just really great. They just will nest together and travel together so perfectly. So I've got that. This arm flips out so I can do up to 10.5 this way. This length is 8 inches. It's just great. And then of course the usual 12-inch trimmer and my silicone mat. As always, I'm working on two 13-inch mats. And particularly when I do 2-page layouts, I like to work that way so that I can have both sides of my pages going at one time and line them up nice and neat. Okay, so I've pre-trimmed my photos in the interest of time, but I do need to cut some mats for some of these photos. So I'm just gonna get my 12-inch trimmer to do that. And I need four 4.25. I'm gonna make these 4.5. It calls for 4.25, but my other mats using the mat cards are gonna make it 4.5. So I'm gonna do 4.5, and I need 4 of those. So I'm gonna cut 2 strips for this. I love how they put this kind of pinky peach color in with this zoo collection. It isn't a color that you would sort of automatically think of when you're thinking zoo photos, but it works really well. It just gives a nice sort of, I don't know, kind of gentleness with the greens and the browns and the dark yellows. It just blends in really nice to make a, kind of just break up the darks. So, again, I've said it before with these layouts, they are super simple and straightforward. So I'm going to have 2 photos up here. These guys are going to go here. This is actually going to go. This goes here. And I'm missing some photos. I feel like I might be missing some pictures. Maybe not. These are going to go here. I'm going to put 2 side by side here. So I'm just using these matte packs for the purpose of matting a photo. Some of them come as journal boxes as well that you can cut and split that way. And then I'm going to use that journal box over here, and then I think I'll mat that photo over there. And I need to trim that guy down just a little bit. He's a little bit wide. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and adhere my photos down on my mats. Do them all at once, just kind of to save time rather than doing them individually one at a time. I don't know if any of you guys do that. I haven't always. It's kind of a trick I was shown by another advisor, and it's kind of like one of those aha duh moments, like, why haven't I been doing this all along? I'm going to trim this one down a little bit. It's not quite the right width, and I think I want to take it off of this side. It's going to take it off of that. So just wide. So these photos, they're from the zoo. Our local zoo, here in Arizona, it's hot. And so the zoo is really only open for a couple of hours in the morning. And then in the summertime, it's only open for a couple hours in the morning. And then they, on Saturday nights, they open back up again for what they call Saturday safari nights. And we went for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was really fun. It was a great way to kind of beat the heat a little bit. I mean, it was still plenty warm, but the sun was down, and they had lots of fun stuff. They had live music, and they had face painting for the kids, and they had some giveaways, and something like the zoo really suffers here in the summertime because it's just so hot. Nobody wants to do stuff like that. So it's a great way to get people out and enjoying the zoo. So that's what these photos are from. We have a really nice little zoo here in Tucson. Thanks, Rosemary. It does soften, the colors do soften it up really nicely, and yeah, and it was fun. It was we have um like I said, a really small but well kind of put together zoo here. It's pretty impressive for the size that it is and for the size of town that Tucson is. We have a new baby elephant. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's the baby. And we have, sort of locally appropriate animals too. So there's capybara, which are kind of trendy at the moment, but until we moved here, I had never heard of them. And they are essentially giant guinea pigs. Biologically, they are giant guinea pigs. And so they're native of South America, and yeah, we've got some at the zoo. They're kind of fun to watch. Most of the I say they're fun to watch until we had gone this night. We never actually seen them move around much. They've been kind of just lying around in the on the side of in their enclosure, or this the night that we went, they were in the water swimming. There was two of them, and they were messing around with one of the birds that they share an enclosure with, and gosh, it was funny. It was really funny. So I'm just kind of lining these up to see kind of what the best placement for these photos is going to be, because I did add over here, I kind of wanted that cohesiveness. So this was actually a journal card that I cut in half, and I put photo and used it as a map for on one side, and then I'm using it as a journal box on the other. And the thing that I want to be aware of is that I'm going to put two sticker strips along the top. So if you take a look at the sketch, there's two stripes that go along the top. So I want to make sure that I'm saving room for that. I am going to use these Golden Sun first stickers and the zebra stripe zigzags as my line here. I thought about potentially using these stripes, but I think I'm mixing them up a little bit will be best. So these strips, I'm gonna move these down just a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room up there on the top. Now the way that I placed these paper together, I wanted the embellishments to shine as much as I could, and the way, I've got quite a few pictures on here, so I wasn't going to be able to, arrange these in such a way. I mean, I guess I could kind of move these over a little bit, and that would give more here, but I actually think just there's a lot going on, so I do think that leaving this lighter space open makes for a more attractive page. on this side, because normally this way the sketch worked, like this was not, there wasn't a photo here, it was wide open. So that's kind of the way that I feel about it. So I'm making room for my sticker strips to go along the top. And like I said, I'm gonna start with these, just kind of gauging the side. I think I'm gonna start this one about 2 inches down. So I've got this lined up on my mat, and that makes it super simple just to place that nice and straight on the page. I'm starting at 2 here. This one is opposite, it's 10, but it's lining up. And I want to create an extension of that as it goes across the page. So I'm just going to line that up there like that. Make sure my paper's nice and straight. And right there. And that over to the 2-inch line. And now I've got great little setup there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Just gonna pop these guys up just a little bit higher on the page. Started at a 1/2 inch above. Okay, hold please. There we go. Kind of struggled with that one a little bit, but that's right. I didn't like little guinea pigs, never mind big ones. You know, they are kind of weird little creatures. They also, you know, I guess because they kind of lounge around in the summer and they're in and out of water. They had kind of a green tint to their hair. I would call it fur, but it's not really fur. They're kind of wiry. And you know, it had algae growing in their on their, you know, on their hair enough to make it kind of a greenish tint. So it's kind of funny, these little guys. Um, so anyway, they were quite the characters. They're fast and surprisingly good swimmers. So I do realize the zebra stripe gets a little bit lost in this corner here and this corner here, but I think that with the continuation of it going across the page, that it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead then and start adhering my photos down, and then we'll get to choosing some fun embellishments. There's so many to choose from with this collection. It's going to be hard to decide what all to use, and I tend to I've talked about this a little bit before. I tend to be fairly literal when I'm scrapbooking. And so, you know, I have a picture of a rhino and a picture of a zebra. So I'm going to be looking for um, photo embellishments that feature the animals that I have photos of. But of course, you know, at a zoo, they have a little bit of everything. And so you wouldn't have to be so I need to replace my tape runner. You wouldn't have to be so literal, and it would be, of course, just fine. And no one would know that even if you put a koala on your page that didn't have a koala on it, that maybe your zoo, you know, where you went didn't even have koalas, as in the case of my zoo doesn't have. Okay. I know. And I would imagine, Rosemary, that they probably smell like swamp creatures. I just got that. With the algae growing on them and just kind of what we were watching them, splash around. I was like, "Oh, I bet you they really stink." I think, like I said, I think that capybaras have kind of become a little bit trendy, particularly with kids and tweens, because I believe there is a capybara squishmallow. So, once you have been memorialized in a squishmallow, I think, you've made it in the pop culture world. This baby elephant was so adorable. Baby animals, no matter what they are, really super cute. So I was a sucker for the elephant. My daughter was getting bored. She's like, "Can we go look at something else?" Yeah, sure. All right, so here the pictures are all ready. So this was, a 6 photo layout that, I was able to really easily turn into a 9 photo layout. And I think I love getting as many photos as I possibly can on my pages. So that's good. All right, now the fun part. Let's see what we can do here for a title. I think I would love to use one of these layered embellishments um, as a title. I was hoping one of them said Safari, but if I had one that did, I've already used it. So I'm thinking maybe we're on a zoo venture. That's cute. Maybe put some of these leaves inside, something like that. I think that's cute. Maybe bring this down just a little bit. I think that's super cute. Let's see what I have for other stickers. And I've got this other layered leaf that I think will work nice. Um, it be funny once in a while. That says animal magnet on it. We were in the gift shop afterwards, of course. And Ian put on his safari hat. All right, let's look at some of these fun stickers. So we've got it's a flamingo. I think I'm going to use that guy because I have, of course, a picture of a flamingo right here. I'm going to get this cute little foam puffy sticker and put that right there. So cute. And it's got a little, there's different colored parts. Maybe they're absolutely adorable. They're very juvenile. It makes it so much fun. Um, to use these. It just sort of makes you feel like you're doing arts and crafts when you were a kid. And it's kind of like scrapbooking is a little bit like that anyway, but I think even more so. So then let's see. We've got our adorable elephant. We have different sizes of elephants. We also have a big rhino. So I think I'll go ahead and use the elephant. It's super cute. I have to tilt it to make it work on this page so that I can actually see the elephant in my photo. And I'm gonna use these leaf embellishments and these cute little hearts. Put it right above its little trunk. All right, so I want to create another cluster, so I'm going for the triangle. So I've got a cluster here, I've got a cluster here, and I just need to add something to this bit over here. Let me see, these are mostly animals. Ooh, there's a cute little sign here that says giraffes, tigers, elephants, gorillas. That'll be. Need to clear this down. Put these animal print art stickers that are in this. It's just my favorite animal at the zoo is the meerkats. Oh my gosh, I could sit and watch those silly things all day long. They are just absolutely hilarious. They chase each other around, they dig in piles, um, and they're just, I don't know, they're just so funny. Their little postures and expressions, they just really totally crack me up. And so that's for, oh, there it is. There's the trailer. I'm just loading these up with embellishments. It's a little bit of a, I'm hoping it doesn't look like a sticker sneeze, but I just can't help myself. There's so many cute ones to choose from. I just feel like I can't resist. Can't resist. And then I do want to put a little something up here. I don't know if the heart is the right thing. Um, all right, so I think I want to just even that out a little bit. I want to do a little something there. Maybe some little paw prints. Paw prints here. They're different sizes, so I want a smaller one. All right, I think that's it, guys. Again, another really fun but yet quick and easy. This is a great uh, example and way to use those bold statement papers as a base. I know sometimes they're kind of hard to use and hard to think of a way to use them. So I hope this has given you a good example of how you might do that. Um, and also just, when you see a sketch and it doesn't show the right number of photos or it's not the right orientation for you, think about how you can make it your own. So, I had way more photos than I had space for as this sketch was traditionally laid out, but I um, took advantage of these nice blocks of 4x6 photos and just split two. And so where there were once two photos, I put four there and I added another on the side. I think there's good balance, so I'm not too worried about that. And I think it's a good way to get your page pictures on pages and get these into an album. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my regular camera. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's always somewhere where I didn't leave it. There we go. All right, here I am. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the sketch. I'd love to see your version of it. Don't forget to post your version of it in the Virtual Prop Facebook group with the appropriate hashtag. It's page 105. And they're going to be doing some prize drawings at the end of the year for people who participated in the sketch challenge. So hope to see yours there. Good luck. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. I will be back next Wednesday, same place, same time. The summer sketch number 7 was just released. So if you're doing that challenge as well, the sketch is now available and you have until next Tuesday at about 10 o'clock 9 o'clock my time, midnight East Coast time to get that posted for the chance at a prize. But they're also doing prizes if you complete them all. So they don't have to be done on time to win the grand prize, but they have to be done on time to win the weekly prizes. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week and happy scrapping in the meantime.